my fellow book addicts, Megan here, and time for another book review. Today, I'm going to be talking about Raised by Wolves by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, and this is book 1 in the Raised by Wolves series. So, the main character in this book, his name is Bryn. I'm pretty sure that's how it's pronounced. Her full name is Bronwyn, but she likes to be called Bryn. And her parents, when she was very young, were murdered by this rogue werewolf. The pack of the area came in and managed to take care of him before he got to her, but not before he killed both of her parents. So instead of, leaving her to her own devices, the alpha of the pack decides to take her in and make her part of the pack. And this involves, giving her a little mark on her hip to kind of tie her to the pack. So she's a human, but she's a member of this werewolf pack. And she is given to this young woman named Allie, who is also part of this werewolf pack. She joined specifically so she could take care of Bryn. Because apparently her sister had married a werewolf from the pack, and unfortunately, before Allie came to see her, because she kind of went off and vanished without a trace, she apparently had died while in childbirth. So just a little background. There are several packs across North America. They each have their own little set territory, with their own alpha and all that. They have extremely long lives, like the alpha of the pack that Bryn is part of, whose name is Colum, I think it's pronounced. He's very old, easily 1,000 years old. And he is one of the strongest alphas in America. And he has the strongest and largest pack of everyone. Poor Bryn, she's part of this werewolf pack, but she's human. But she's not human enough to kind of fit in with other humans because she's grown up with wolves. She was pretty much raised by wolves. She's pretty content with her life. Allie is like a mother to her. They have a nice relationship that's kind of mother-daughter and also kind of sisterish at the same time, in my opinion. And Colum has done a lot to kind of do what he can to keep Bryn safe, including, bringing her into the pack. He's also taught her to fight against not just humans, but other wolves too, trying to give her an advantage just in case if his protection isn't enough to actually protect her. So she's a pretty skilled fighter. And Bryn has this good friend named Devin, who is a werewolf, obviously. And he is awesome, and I just love him. So, the book starts off with her kind of being lectured by Colum about her breaking curfew, because she has a sunset curfew. So in the winter, that kind of sucks, because, it gets dark around 5. And she's supposed to have guards, and he's lying down all these, I'm blanking on the word. Ultimatums, there we go. And she's just like, yep, sure, I hate this. Being the typical teenager. And she thinks something is up, because he is trying to give her guards, and that's really out of the ordinary, because what can really threaten a werewolf, let alone a pack of werewolves? So she's trying to figure out what the hell is going on. So this book is basically her trying to figure out what has got all these werewolves, has their panties up in a twist, and her dealing with it when she does find out. Because what she finds out rocks her whole world, and really shakes up her sense of security. And I really like this book, a lot. The only other thing I've read by Jennifer Lynn Barnes was her Nobody standalone, which I didn't really like that much. I thought I'd like it more, and I read this series ages ago. But it's been a while, so I couldn't really remember all the details, so I decided to give it a little reread. And all I remember is that I loved it, and I thought it was well done. And anyone who's in for a little werewolf story, I recommend it to. It's a trilogy, and when I remember, it was wrapped up nicely. I don't remember details, I'm blanking on that. But yeah, I highly recommend it. first book is amazing, and I remember the other two being just as awesome. So with that, I'm going to go into my spoilery bits, so if you do not wish to be spoiled, I suggest you click away now and come back later after you read the book. So, that little thing that's got the werewolves up in a panic, apparently the rabid wolf, the rogue wolf, they call rogue wolves rabids. The rabid who killed her parents when she was a little girl is alive. It takes her a while to piece this together. Apparently there was this boy who was locked away in Colum's basement who was recently attacked and turned by a wolf. And that's big in itself because there's no real set history of humans being turned by a wolf. You know, a little bite, that doesn't do anything. That will not turn you into a werewolf. The most it could do is kind of connect and form a pack bond, which is what Bryn and Allie have, connecting them to the Stone River pack. And for that, you really need like an alpha to do it. So, if one bite won't turn you into a wolf, it's pretty scary to imagine what will. How badly you have to be like mauled to be turned into a werewolf. And then there's this boy only a few years older than Bryn who is claiming that he was bit and turned. So the reason why he's locked up in Colum's basement is because the wolf who turned him is kind of in his head. Like, varying for control and to order him to do stuff, because technically, since that wolf turned him, and the boy's name is Chase, by the way, ironic name for a werewolf, since that wolf turned Chase, that kind of makes that wolf his alpha. So, he can order Chase to do stuff, and Colum is trying to, help him break free of that by making him a Stone River pack member. So now poor Chase has like two alphas, like, varying for dominance in his head, as well as him trying to, survive that. So, poor Bryn is just like, holy crap, and she wants to talk to Chase, because she feels he's the one who can understand what she went through as a child the best out of anyone, and she wants to know more about what happened to him. So she tries to talk to Colum about it and set down some deal to let her see her. And during all this, she has to deal like some drama with Allie. Apparently Allie was pregnant. She was pregnant with twins, no less, which is a huge deal. First off, a human surviving a werewolf birth is huge because female werewolves are extremely rare. So, most wolves end up taking humans as mates/wives, and yeah, werewolf pregnancies are not easy ones, and the only way for a female werewolf to be born is if she is part of a set of twins, and the other one is a male twin. So, getting a female werewolf is a big deal, and Allie has a set of twins, a boy and a girl, so that girl is going to be a big, important part of the pack when she is older. So yeah, Colum and Bryn make a little deal, like, yeah, if you can do all this, you are allowed to see Chase. She is to start up her training again, sparring and everything to get back in shape, because she's been slacking on that. She is to listen to Colum. I can't remember all the points. One of them is she is to open her pack bond and run with the pack during the full moon, which is something she hasn't done because it terrifies the crap out of her. And for the pack bond, she doesn't like all the pack members in her head. So she's learned to block them out at a young age. Then, another big thing, when she is allowed to see Chase, she is to have 3 bodyguards, and she is to listen to them. She is to give them dominance over her. Which is another big thing, because she hates the whole werewolf hierarchy. She doesn't like the idea of someone being able to order her around and her have to follow. So she's tried to distance herself from that hierarchy for years, and now she's gonna have to go against all that just to see Chase. And she agrees. And she knows if she breaks these, like, demands. She is to face pack justice, which is not pretty. So yeah, when she starts talking to Chase about things, she realizes that the rabbit that attacked her family is the same one that attacked Chase. And that terrifies the crap out of her. Because this rabbit's been going around for like a decade, if not a little more, possibly attacking more people, obviously attacking more people, and causing more damage, and she has thought that that rabbit was killed the night it attacked her family. So she feels lied to, everyone's been keeping this from her, she feels hurt, and she hates this. And, you know, she manages to kind of piece this together within the second meeting of her meeting Chase. And they do something really crazy. She somehow manages to rewire the pack bonds between her, Chase, and the rest of the pack. So basically, she makes it so that her and Chase belong to each other first, the pack second. And that's huge. And, you know, while she was doing this rewiring, she breaks the deal she makes with Column. She goes against the orders of the three wolves that were supervising, and now she has to face pack justice. So she is beaten super badly. Like, super, super badly. And this makes Allie go ballistic. She goes as far as to just pack up her stuff, take the twins and Bryn, and once Bryn is able to move, gets them out of that area. She doesn't leave the territory. She goes to the edge of the Stone River territory, which spans like a few states. And she just stays on the edge. She doesn't want to be there. She feels betrayed by the pack, by Column. Thankfully, Bryn isn't alone. She had to leave Devon behind. But thankfully, there is a friend of hers in this area. Her name is Lake, and she is one of the very few female werewolves in her pack. So, they've been friends for years. They don't see each other much. Her dad really stopped bringing Lake to, you know, the center of Stone River territory once she reached a certain age, because male werewolves can get a little funny around females. Even 15-year-old females, apparently, which is creepy. So, Bryn enlists Lake's help in trying to figure out where this rabbit is, and she wants to kill this rabbit. Because he killed her family, he attacked Chase, and he's basically causing all sorts of other trouble. He apparently attacked several other kids throughout the years, and they assumed they were killed because no bodies were found. And thanks to a nice little bit of eavesdropping, they actually find out that this rabbit is trying to make a deal with the alphas of this North American Council. And, you know, the alphas normally don't tolerate rabbits in their territory, and this wolf has attacked people in multiple territories. So, you know, that is usually a death sentence right there. But this rabbit is offering something to the alphas that they really want, apparently. Now, Bryn doesn't give a shit what it is. She just wants this rabbit dead, and since the alphas clearly aren't going to kill him, she's going to take matters into her own hands, with the help of Lake, Devon, and Chase. So I just gotta say, I was really shocked at finding things out. Apparently, Bryn has this knack. She is scrappy. She is resilient. She is a tough little girl. You beat her within an inch of her life, she'll fight her way out of it. She's the type of person who will fight her way out of anything. And apparently Chase was the same way. And we find out that this rabbit, it was hunting down kids with that little knack, that resilience. And apparently it's that resilience that allows humans to be able to make the change into a werewolf. So that's huge, knowing how to make wolves. Especially, you know, if you can make female wolves. And this rabbit has made quite a few female werewolves. So, yeah, that explains why the alphas are so willing to, you know, not kill him. And I gotta say, I like how she manages to rally the kids that this guy has turned. She manages to tell them, like, you know, you don't have to listen to him. You can be free. This guy, this ass, has ruined your lives. You don't have to stay bonded to him. You can rewire your bonds. And the first girl who was turned, whose name is Madison, she's just like, she's the first to be like, you know what? I'm sick of this. I want to be my own person. I want to be free. I want to be the girl that I was supposed to be. So she's the one who kind of like started the whole thing of, you know what? Rewire the pack bonds. Let's do this. Come on. All these kids claim each other and Bryn, and they just become one big, young, resilient pack. Those kids go after the rabbit and tear him to shreds. Like, literally, to shreds. So he is not going to be a problem anymore. And, you know, by the time the alphas come to try and claim their prize and make a deal with this rabbit, you know, he's dead. He can't pass on the secret to making more wolves. And these kids formed their own pack. They made their own pack bonds. So, as Colin points out, if one of these alphas try and take these wolves from Bryn, despite her being a young human female, they would be technically stealing wolves from another alpha. And that's kind of against their rules. Yes, wolves can transfer between packs, but it has to be, like, approved and gone through between both alphas of the packs in question. And, you know, Bryn's not gonna approve of this. So, you know, no transfer can happen. So Colum's just like, so yeah, you'll be kind of breaking our little unspoken laws if you do that. And if you do that, what's to stop me from taking your pack, wolves? Because out of all the alphas, Colum is like the most alpha of the alphas. He is like the ultimate alpha. And we find out that Colum, he has a knack of his own. He can kind of see the future, but it's more complicated than that because the future is never set in stone. So there's a lot of factors to take into consideration, and he saw what lay in store for Bryn the second they were too late to save her family. So that's why he took her in, and he realized if I take her in, the other wolves won't really accept her as pack unless I make her pack, and she should be raised by humans, so that brought in Allie, and he saw this whole thing with the rabbit unfolding and was trying to kind of nudge things so they ended not quite as badly. Which it did. You know, the rabbit was taken care of, the children have their own little pack now, and things are pretty good. So yeah, this series so far is awesome. I can't wait to pick up the next book. So yeah, that will be it for this book review, and I hope to see you guys next time. Keep on reading, my fellow book addicts. Keep on reading.